I am born again. The day my sister and I chose our husbands. That's when I realized. I can hear other people's thoughts. I hear my sister's voice in my head. This time, I have to find the best husband before she does. Then she left anxiously. The gentle husband I married in my previous life left me with the sadist who beat her. I laughed. Does she really think that was the man I married before? A good person. Again. The day I found myself choosing a husband. Sitting across from us at the table. Two men of similar age. One is Logan Carter, the eldest son of the Carter family, cold and distant by nature. The other is Ethan Carter, the youngest son. Although this is technically illegal, he has a gentle manner. This time I want to grab the best husband first. My sister's voice echoes in my ears. I looked at her, but she didn't say anything. She just looked straight at Ethan. Wait, I'm going to take you away. This time, her voice came again. That's when I realized that I was not only born again, but I can hear what people are thinking. Judging from what my sister just said, she was reborn too. Otherwise, she couldn't possibly think that. Really? The next second, she walked over and sat next to Ethan, looking at him shyly. Hi, my name is Sophia Evans. I like you, she said shyly. At this moment, my father suddenly spoke. Susan, now that your sister has chosen Ethan Carter, then you will marry Logan Carter. As soon as he finished speaking, my sister's eyes were full of satisfaction. She sneered in her heart. You can take the hit for me this time. In my past life, Sophia was married to Logan. Logan is a successful businessman, always busy with work, known for being emotionally distant. My sister tried to get close to him countless times, but she was beaten every time and was kicked out of the room. Eventually, because she had never borne children, Carter announces she is infertile and kicked her out of the house. Meanwhile, I married Ethan. Although he has little power in the Carter family, he still provides me with food and comfort. He took me shopping, go out to eat, pamper me endlessly. Everyone in the Carter family. I know how much he loves me. Later, Logan suddenly died of poisoning. Ethan inherited the Carter family business. My status in the family also soared. Overnight, my sister, very jealous, hit me with your car on purpose. When I go out shopping, kill us both. Okay, Dad, I answered with a smile. I actually like Logan too. Then I calmly walked over and sat next to Logan Carter. I have to admit, this guy has an incredibly strong aura. The moment I sat down, I felt a chilling atmosphere surrounding me. I dare not speak. No wonder. My sister suffered so much in her past life. I tried to listen to his thoughts, but I heard nothing. However, when Ethan turned and smiled at Sophia, I suddenly heard his voice in my head. What a pretty little doll. A chill ran down my spine. I instinctively grabbed Logan's hand. Despite his cold personality, his hands were surprisingly warm. Feel my touch. He turned his head and looked at me. I quickly let go. Then he remained silent. Even though Logan looks scary, I still feel better with him than with Ethan, the poisonous snake. This time I am determined to change my miserable fate. I will make my own money, become independent and not dependent on anyone. We had our wedding together. In my previous life, we also got married on the same day. At that time, Logan had not even attended the ceremony, and Ethan arrived early in the morning. Let everyone say, he is a more considerate husband. As expected, history repeated itself. Ethan in a white suit. Come quickly and pick up Sophia. As they passed me, she gave me a smug look. Susan, where is Logan? Didn't he come to pick you up? She sneered. I just smiled. Don't worry, Sophia. Take good care of yourself. When she heard what I said, her face darkened. She was obviously choking up. Laugh now. See if you can still laugh when you are defeated. After he said this in his heart, Ethan Carter takes Sophia downstairs. But it's too early to tell. Who will have the last laugh? Just like in my previous life, Logan Carter did not attend the wedding. My sister and I have to endure endless gossip and the judging eyes. Sophia is even happier. She couldn't contain her excitement and hugged Ethan tightly. Blurred out, "I love you, Ethan." Then he kissed her. After the kiss, she turned and looked at me. Her lips were still stained with saliva. I know she's waiting to see me get humiliated. But I'm not stupid. Unlike the me in the past, I rushed out in anger. The Carter family and all. The perfect gossip scandal. I won't make the same mistake. I remember my last life. Everyone criticized Sophia for being immature, not suitable to be the eldest daughter-in-law of the Carter family. So, after the wedding, Carter never showed her any kindness, made her life miserable at the Carter house. With a calm smile, I took the microphone and addressed the guests. Under the stage, Logan has an important business deal to negotiate today, so I'll patrol for him. Wedding toast. I hope you don't mind. When I said that, the guests' whispers stopped. Even Mrs. Carter, who was sitting at the head table, gave me a new appreciation. The Carters are a prestigious family, highly concerned about maintaining its reputation. At such a moment, daughters-in-law need to show grace and composure. Sophia also noticed Carter's reaction. Her eyes flashed with annoyance. Disgusting, she sneered in her heart. Wait till tea time comes. I will embarrass you. To be honest, I found that this ability to listen other people's ideas are very useful. It's like having the secret code of life. Everything becomes much easier when the tea ceremony begins. I calmly lifted my robe and walked towards Carter. Sophia kept her eyes on me, counting down in my heart. 1, 2, 3. At the last second, I just avoided everything she planned. Instead, she lost her balance and fell heavily to the ground. Tea spilled all over. Oh no! Are you okay? Ethan quickly reached out and helped her up. But in his heart, I heard him laugh. What an idiot! The whole room turned towards us. Mrs. Carter's face was gloomy and unhappy. So reckless. Do you look like a daughter-in-law? Sorry, Mom. This is not intentional. Sophia stammered, trying to hide her embarrassment. But the reluctance was obvious in her eyes. If I were her, I will accept the loss and focus on living quietly. But she won't let me have peace, so I will definitely not show mercy to her. Sophia made a fool of herself. The wedding ended in awkward haste. From start to finish, Mrs. Carter never looked at her kindly. But when she turned to me, there was only approval in her eyes. She even held my hand and said, "Susan, tonight, I'll make sure Logan comes home to be with you. He should compensate you." Sure enough, that night, Logan really came back. The moment he walked through the door, he loosened his tie. His face was full of fatigue. I quickly went forward to take his jacket. "Logan, you must be very tired today," I said softly. He just looked at me and said nothing. In my previous life, the servants chatted. On our wedding night, Logan never came home. My sister is waiting alone in the bridal chamber, become the laughingstock of the whole family. When she went to Mrs. Carter complained, she was scolded. She lacks the ability to win a man's heart. While Logan was taking a shower, I prepared his bed, made some tea, make this sofa so you can sleep. When he came out and saw the scene, there was a flash of surprise in his eyes. I quickly explained, "You sleep in bed. I want a sofa." He narrowed his eyes slightly and looked at me. "Susan, are you being stilted? Wearing only a bathrobe. His chest is slightly exposed. The water still clung to his skin. I have to admit he has an incredible physique." I quickly looked away. We have no real feelings for each other. Sharing a bed would be awkward for both of us. If possible, I would like to propose a partnership. Logan raised his eyebrows. What do you mean? After all, our marriage is just a business arrangement. Many couples in similar situations as ours live their own lives. Just for show. I married you. Just to ensure a stable and comfortable life. I don't expect love. Hearing what I said, he suddenly. You are very smart. This works for me too. I agree. I'm just an ordinary person. I don't have the skills. Or the faith that controls a man's heart. In the Carter family, Logan's attitude towards me. A lot depends on Mrs. Carter looked at me. I don't want to be like Sophia in my previous life. Being targeted and isolated by everyone. That won't do me any good. In addition, in my previous life, Logan physically abused Sophia. I didn't mean to irritate him. And ended up in the same situation. Peaceful coexistence is the best option. This time, my only goal is to make money. Start your own business. And succeed on your own terms. To maintain face. I asked Logan to post a picture of us holding hands. On social media. Title, Happy Wedding. This way everyone will believe that our marriage is great. When I browsed his profile, I noticed how empty it was. There is no other post except this one. Life must be boring for someone like him. That night, Logan did sleep in. When I sleep on the sofa, he has no concept of chivalry at all. But I should be grateful. At least he didn't force me to do anything. The next morning, I was woken up by the sound of Logan working out. He did push-ups while listening to music. I've heard, emotionally cold men are often vulnerable. But his 8-pack abs and tight calf muscles, proving his amazing strength, much better than Ethan's physique. Stop staring at me. I'm not interested in you, Logan suddenly said. He stood up from the ground. He put on his shirt and added, Get ready. Let's go have breakfast. I know what he really wants to say. He wants people to see us together. Make it look like we're in love. To be honest, he seems reasonable. I still don't understand why. In a past life he abused Sophia. After getting dressed, Logan and I left the house. The moment we walked out the door, I saw Sophia and Ethan walking towards us hand in hand. Sophia in an off-the-shoulder dress. Her collarbone and shoulders are covered with hickeys. She deliberately approached and showed off this. Her face beamed with pride. She looked me over from head to toe. She is completely covered. She must have been beaten last night. And tried to hide the scars. Her inner voice echoes in my head. Then he smiled proudly. Susan, how was your wedding night? She asked. Her voice was tinged with sarcasm. Today I wore an elegant long-sleeve cheongsam. Sophia must have forgotten. Carter hates revealing clothing and heavy makeup. But I didn't intend to remind her. I just smiled. Sophia, according to the Carter family's qualifications. You should call me sister-in-law. Not my sister. Her face turned gloomy. She gritted her teeth and refused to accept. Even Logan never calls you that. What right do you have to ask me to do this? Then she turned to Logan. Logan, say something. I can feel the air getting colder around Logan. Ethan cursed in his heart. Damn idiot. Wait till tonight. I will teach you a lesson. He held Sophia's hand. Silently signaled her to stop talking. But she was totally unaware of the danger. She just threw herself into. Tell me, Ethan. Logan said calmly. What is the first rule of the Carter family? Ethan immediately lowered his head. I'm sorry, Logan. I'll take care of it. The next second, snap. Ethan slapped Sophia hard. Show proper respect. Regards to your brother and sister-in-law. He correctly ordered. Sophia's face was beaten red. She was very angry. But she knew Logan was not someone she could fight against. She gritted her teeth reluctantly. Good morning, bro. Good morning, sister-in-law. As soon as she finished speaking, Ethan pulled her away. I remember the first rule of the Carter family. No one is allowed to disrespect the heirs. Or his wife. Improper handling resulted in 30 lashes. Logan is the legal heir to the Carter family. I remember in my previous life, To survive, I memorized all the Carter family rules. At that time, after Sophia married Logan, she often bullies me. But because I know the rule, I never dare to disrespect her. I thought Sophia knew the house rules too, but she obviously didn't remember. That's why she thinks she can still bully me, now and forever. When we arrived at the restaurant, Sophia has been punished. She was pale and lowered her head. I dare not sit for a while. Under the table, I caught a glimpse of Ethan, repeatedly stabbed her hand with a needle. You useless woman. This is all your fault. I have to endure this humiliation. He cursed in his heart, and each time he pushed harder. In my previous life, soon after I married him, he started abusing me. He never let me talk about it, and I have no way to escape. I suffered greatly because of him. That is why in this life, I'd rather be with Logan than. Eventually, I'll be with Ethan again. Sophia, this time you chose your husband. Don't blame me. Mrs. Carter came, and we all stood up to greet her. She is on crutches, getting ready for us to take our seats. When her eyes fell on Sophia, Sophia hasn't changed out of her skirt yet. She's still wearing that off-the-shoulder dress. Mrs. Perception. Carter disagreed, and she immediately forced a smile. Pretend to be embarrassed. Mom, Ethan did this. He said he liked the way I looked when I was pregnant with his child. As soon as these words came out, Madam, Carter's face darkened with anger. She raised her cane and struck Sophia on the back. Shameless. What you do between husband and wife is your own business. But you can't talk about these things in public. Don't dress so indecently anymore. You are dishonoring this family. In my previous life, there were even maids fired for wearing shorts. That's why I've been so careful. I can only survive in the Carter family because I live carefully. But Sophia, I always thought my wonderful life was because I married the right person. She totally misunderstood. Why does she think a good life depends on others? Sorry, Mom. I don't know Sophia. Sob. Sweat beads appeared on her forehead because of the pain. Ethan quickly interjected, pretending to take responsibility. Mom, it's my fault. I forgot to remind her. Even though he sounded regretful, I can hear his inner thoughts. You deserve it. Watching you get beaten is the best entertainment. Disgusting. What a psychopath. Since she had just gotten married. Carter did not rebuke her further. She sat down and instructed us all to eat. Logan remained silent. But when we eat, he casually put some food on my plate. I can feel Sophia glaring at me. It's like she wants to tear me apart. I smiled even more brightly and said, "Thank you, dear." Mrs. Carter looked pleased as she turned to me. Susan, after lunch, you should go to the company with Logan and start learning. As the eldest daughter-in-law of the Carter family, you need to understand the business. I had anticipated this in my previous life. She said the same thing to Sophia at the dining table. But Sophia replied, I don't want to learn. I can only rely on Logan for the rest of my life. She willingly gave up a golden opportunity. So when she finally kicked out by the Carter family, she has nothing left. Of course, Mom. I answered obediently. Logan took me to the company. I tried to listen to his thoughts throughout the trip, but I heard nothing. Well, that makes sense. People like him won't be swayed by emotions. He has nothing to worry about. When we arrived, Logan took me to his office. Wait here, he said quietly and walked out. Through the glass door, I saw him walking towards the conference room. In a hurry, I followed incuriously. He is negotiating with a British businessman on selling the formula he developed. Fortunately, before coming here, I've done research. This deal is crucial to the Carter family. I heard clearly what the Englishman was thinking. This recipe is only worth a few $100s. This time I will blackmail the Carter family. I looked at him in surprise. His expression was calm and composed. Don't give anything. No one would suspect his conspiracy. He confidently quoted a price of $3 million. Logan hesitated and did not answer. Immediately sensed the opportunity. The man further asked, "Mr. Carter, I promise you, this product will bring you more than $3 million. Just when Logan was about to agree, I opened the door and walked in. Hello, I say hello in English. Then I picked up a bottle of skincare essence he has developed and carefully examined it. I am a woman. I know more about skincare products than most people. Your formula contains only whitening ingredients. It doesn't have any anti-aging effects or wrinkle-reducing properties. As an engineer, you should know about surface whitening. The impact is negligible at best. So tell me why this formula is worth $3 million. The British man was shocked. Logan leaned back and looked at me with interest. Do not bother. I took this as a silent invitation to continue. However, I added, because it is a foreign product, you have done a lot of promotion on social media. Many people are already familiar with and trust your brand. So I'll give you this amount. I raised a finger. $1 million, I said. The man looked shocked. Jack, $1 million is very generous. Think about it, Logan said, his eyes sharp. No, I interrupted. I'll give you $10,000. A formula worth just a few $100s. $10,000 is my final offer. The room quieted down. The British man suddenly stood up and was obviously angry. He asked in broken Chinese, "Miss, who are you to ask such a price? How can I do this kind of business?" "Okay, I won't sell it. This doesn't mean you have to have it." After saying that, he turned and left. Jack Logan's voice was calm and commanding. "I'll give you $1 million. Sign the contract now. I want you to apologize to my wife." Jack was suddenly stunned. His eyes sparkled with excitement. He turned around immediately. I am totally confused by Logan's decision, and tried to stop him. But he shook his head slightly. "Tell me to be quiet. I have no choice but to hold back." "Mr. Carter, you are a true businessman." Jack smiled with satisfaction. Then he turned to me. "I'm so sorry, Mrs. Carter. I didn't know you were Mr. Carter's wife." Afterwards, Logan took Jack to sign the contract. When it's all over, I still can't understand. That formula is only worth a few $100s. Why did you pay him $1 million? I asked. Logan took a sip of coffee and said in a calm tone, "You have good business instincts, but you don't fully understand the market yet. Jack's formula is worthless in itself. I knew it from the beginning. I want the brand he created, although it is still not well known. He has established a good reputation among young women. Just a little publicity. I can easily make back that $1 million. Suddenly, everything became clear. So that's why Jack is so. He knows his brand has value. Coming here is definitely the right choice. I am studying. My past life will never. But I'm still curious. How do you know? This formula is only worth a few $100s. Logan looked at me with sharp eyes. I forced an awkward smile. I guess he didn't ask me any further. But I take this opportunity to ask. I want to run one of your branches. In my previous life, Ethan has no place in the Carter family, but can't give me anything. I've always wanted. Start your own business and be your own boss. This way I don't have to rely on anyone. Once I make enough money, I can leave. Logan watched me carefully for a moment then. You are ambitious. You're not going to take over the company, get rich, and disappear. Who are you? His sharp gaze made me feel exposed. It's like he can see right through me. Damn it. How come he understands people better than I do? The first time I felt inferior. I have literal superpowers, but he still outshines me. This is the real genius. Of course not, I said with a smile. I just want something to do, I said. Logan took a sip of coffee and nodded. Okay, but you have to learn from me first, before I let you take control. In the next few days, I followed Logan to the company and learned a lot, more than just business. how to deal with interpersonal relationships, and social occasions. Surprisingly, one day, he invited me out for dinner. Not just anywhere. This is the most luxurious Western restaurant in the city. I didn't expect to run into Sophia and Ethan there. Sophia has been helping him cut the steak, but when she saw Logan and I walk in, she immediately put down her knife and fork. Looks surprised. "Susan, you are here too." She quickly realized her mistake and corrected it. "I mean, brother, sister-in-law, you come to eat too." The next second, I heard her inner thoughts. What the hell? Why did I have to run into her now? I can't lose face. "Yes," I said with a smile. Logan and I came to eat together. As I said, I took Logan's arm. He did not resist. Ethan quickly came forward to greet us. "Brother, sister-in-law." Logan ignored them. Instead, he pulled me over to a table and sat us down. I noticed the anger in Sophia's eyes. When she looked at us, she's probably wondering why Logan hasn't hit me yet. Why did he take me out to dinner? When I go to the bathroom, Sophia is waiting for me outside. She has a fierce expression, like the look she gave me when she hit me with her car. In my previous life, you must be getting beaten behind closed doors. She sneered. "Stop pretending. Just looking at you makes me sick." I smiled softly when I heard her words. Then my eyes fell on the needle hole on her arm. "Oh my God, Sophia," I said with mock concern. "What happened to your arm? So many needle marks." There was a flash of panic in her eyes. She quickly covered her arms, staring at me. "None of your business. This is just some fun stuff between me and Ethan." Then she smiled and leaned closer. "You won't understand. Maybe Logan never touched you at all? Unlike Ethan, he wanted to be with me all night. I'm exhausted." She was obviously in pain, but still trying to be superior. I wonder how long she can keep up this facade. "That's great," I said with a big smile. "I wish you a happy life." I turned and left, but she grabbed my hair and pulled hard. Are you laughing at me?" she roared. I frowned. She's as crazy as I was in my previous life. I tried to break free, but before I could react, Logan suddenly appeared. He kicked her away without hesitation. "Disrespect your sister-in-law," he said coldly, looking down at her. "Do you know what that punishment is?" I remember the punishment was locked in an underground cell. I was sent there before because of Sophia. There are rats everywhere, cockroaches and snakes. She knew exactly what fate awaited her. Her face turned pale. "Bro, I didn't mean it. Please don't do this." But Logan has never been a soft-hearted person. Once he makes a decision, he won't change his mind. He ordered Ethan to take her away. I heard Ethan curse in his mind. "I hope she dies there. Less trouble for me." Logan took me back to the bedroom and checked my head. "Are you okay?" "I'm fine," I said, shaking off his hand. She just pulled my hair. I put my clothes in order and fixed my hair. Then look at him again. "But why did you suddenly come to the bathroom?" His deep eyes met mine. "You left for a while." I was just about to ask why. "You quarreled with her again." I hesitated. I can't tell him for sure that Sophia has been reborn and deliberately targeted me. So I simply said, "She told me she and Ethan were close. Every night, they are happy. Unlike you, you wouldn't even touch me. That's why we argue." Hearing what I said, Logan's eyes darkened slightly. "So, what are you hinting at?" I realized immediately that he had misunderstood me. I waved my hands in panic and quickly clarified. No, that's not what I meant. I'm just explaining why we're fighting." Logan stared at me. "Susan, have you ever thought about doing this with me?" "Of course not," I blurted out without hesitation. "I said I just want to live a stable life relying on you." Just like that. Just like that, he pressed. I nodded firmly. He didn't say anything else. Instead, he suddenly closed the door behind him and left. I don't know what I said that irritated him. I don't care either. I just want to focus on my plans. The next day, Logan didn't take me to the company. Instead, he sent me to manage the branch myself. I put my heart and soul into running the company, determined to make 10 million before leaving. I'm catching up on projects every day, negotiate deals, and bring in great profits. Carter even allowed me to take my share of the earnings directly. As I reveled in my financial success, Sophia is finally released from her underground cell. I had just gotten home from get off work that day. When I saw her, she lost a lot of weight, but she still dresses up. Her makeup is flawless and her clothes are elegant. As they walked towards me, she hugged Ethan tightly. "Take it one step at a time, sister-in-law," she said sweetly. "I've asked my mother. Obtain permission to learn about our business. I want to help lighten your workload." But I heard that in her heart. "Soon, I will let you die with Logan." I suddenly realized Logan's death. In my past life, it was sudden and unexplainable. So it's Ethan. He's the one who caused all this. Now he not only wants to kill Logan, but he also wanted to kill me. I controlled my emotions and smiled at Sophia. "Great, you can start tomorrow." I agreed deliberately, because I wonder what they are planning. Sure enough, the next moment I heard her inner thoughts. "What an idiot. Just wait. I will kill you soon and live free." So she spent several days in a cell underground. But the mind is still clear. Too bad. She didn't know I could hear her thoughts. She can't kill me. Logan died of poisoning in my previous life. Now I think back to that time. I saw a cabinet filled with colorful bottles in Ethan's basement. At that time, he often used them to experiment on me. Sometimes they make me pass out. Other times, they put my body into overdrive. Now think about it. Those could be samples of his poison. I brought Sophia to the company and let her start as an intern. She has learned to hide her emotions, agree with everything I say without hesitation. I know why. She is planning a murder. Ethan wants Logan and me dead. But Sophia also wants Ethan to die. This is an advantage I can take advantage of. It didn't take long for me to start my plan. I carried Logan on my back to find Ethan. I know him well. He likes obedient women. This is how I survived. I was with him for so long in my previous life. So I deliberately dressed a little revealing this time and looked at him with admiration. "Ethan, I like you." His interest was immediately piqued. "Sister-in-law, aren't you afraid that my brother will kill you?" I bit my lip and pretended to be shy. "I always wanted to be with you." Then I lowered my voice and added, "I have something important to tell you." He leaned forward, curiously. "Sophia wants to poison you," I whispered. "Yesterday at the company, I overheard her talking to a man about this." Ethan's face darkened instantly. There was anger burning in his eyes. "Are you serious?" Of course, I nodded. "She said you always hit her, so she will kill you. She wants to take power on her own. Because of my past life memories, I know how to manipulate him." After listening to me, Ethan believed me completely. His deepest, darkest secrets, his violent nature. Only Sophia and he himself know his cruelty. No one could possibly know. He vomited. "I'll make her pay." Then he turned to me with a sly smile. "Sister-in-law, wait. Once I get rid of Logan and her, you'll be my wife." After that, Ethan left. Haha, does he really think I'm that stupid? I will never follow him. I didn't waste any time and went straight to Logan. His life did not directly affect me, but he helped me in this life. He gave me the opportunity to make money. And even took the time to share business strategies with me. When I walked into his office and told him everything, he looked surprised. "What evidence do you have that Ethan wants to kill me?" I took out the tape recorder and play our conversation. The first part is me deliberately seducing Ethan to gain his trust. Even I cringe at how frivolous I sound. So I quickly explained. I just pretended to win his trust. Logan didn't respond, but his face darkened a little. Sensing his change of mood, I wisely kept my mouth shut. The next second, he suddenly hugged me in his arms. The scent of pine surrounds me. I can hear his heartbeat, close to my ears. I was stunned, completely caught off guard. He looked down at me, his eyes burning. Susan, I advise you not to ever think of betraying me. As long as you are my wife, you should be loyal to me. This idiot, how could he twist the situation into this way? Forget this for now, I said. Change the subject. Important. Your brother is planning to kill you. What you up to? Logan's expression remained indifferent. See if he can really kill me. If he fails, he will die. It's like he didn't take Ethan's plans seriously. Not at all. That night, rather than being cautious, he even took me to the party. Explain. Conducive to the development of the branch. And allow me to meet with potential clients. As soon as we entered, I can feel the weight of countless stares. Most of them are not friendly. Men are all the same. If I had known, I would not have brought her here. I suddenly heard the voice inside Logan. She turned around and looked at him in shock. His face was expressionless. Did he just think? What does he mean by that? Feeling my gaze, he looked down at me. What's wrong? I quickly shook my head. Nothing. But then I heard another idea from him. She is so ignorant. I was stunned. The cold and arrogant president in my memory. I'm thinking about this. I forced myself to stay calm. And control your emotions. After the party, Logan took me home. Sophia and Ethan are waiting for us in the living room. Sophia smiled warmly and invited us to dinner. On the other hand, Ethan can't stop staring at my boobs. Then he smiled and said, Brother, sister-in-law, Sophia and I bought some really great ingredients today. Come and eat with us. Damn, could he be any more obvious? I really can't understand. How could Logan fall into such a sad trap? In my previous life, the table is filled with delicious food, but I dare not eat a bite. Under the table, I held Logan's hand and squeeze it as a warning. But the next second, before I react, he has picked up the chopsticks. Took a bite. It tastes good, he said casually. Let's eat together. Sophia and Ethan exchanged a quick look. Their eyes sparkled with joy. I was in a state of panic. My nails dug into Logan's palms, trying to make him stop. But he didn't back down. I told him straight out that they wanted to kill him. Why is he still eating? When I thought of this idea, Logan and Sophia both fell on the table. Mrs. Carter rushed in at this moment, her face livid. Guard, put these two dirty traitors in a cell underground. They will never leave again. I barely had time to comprehend what was happening. Before Logan turned his head and looked at me, there was a faint smile on his lips. Susan, I'm not as stupid as you think, he said. I have informed my mother. Install security cameras throughout the house. The moment Ethan drugged the drink, we changed the drink. What they drank was not poison, but a sedative. Then his voice lowered a little. But you seemed really worried about me just now. You're not in love with me, are you? I don't know why, but my heart started beating wildly when I heard his words. I quickly said, I'm not. I'm just afraid if you die, I will have no one to rely on. He smiled brightly. Really? With Sophia and Ethan locked in an underground cell, I finally breathed a sigh of relief. The two people I fear the most, no longer applicable. I also made enough money. Now, all that's left is to file for divorce from Logan. But I've been waiting for a chance. Logan was so busy that he hardly ever went home. I can only wait for the right time. That day I heard the servants say, Ethan and Sophia keep asking to see me. I decided to visit Sophia first. Her hair was messy and she looked tired, but her eyes still burned with reluctance. How do you know I want to kill you? How did you find out? The next second, she suddenly opened her eyes wide. I see you're back too, aren't you? I looked at her with a smile. Sophia, you just realized it now. She rushed towards the fence with an angry look on her face. Hold them tight. It's like she wants to tear me apart. You little bee. You hide it well. You always knew Ethan was a psychopath, right? You just stood by and watched me jump into the abyss. Susan, you are so cruel. I looked at her, staring at a face that looks a bit like me. She is my sister. But in my previous life, she killed me with her own hands. If I had never heard thoughts in my life, I will die again. You chose Ethan. You also chose Logan. No matter who you choose, you won't be satisfied. So you blame me. But have you ever thought that the real problem is you? I said coldly. You want to rely on men. I just want to rely on myself. That's the difference between us. But why do you always have success? No matter who you're with, she'll scream in frustration. You think my life is easy, I sneered. I've been fighting for survival. Every step. Everything I have I earned. But you never made any effort. You expect others to rescue you. That's why you deserve this. After saying that, I turned and walked away. Behind me, Sophia screamed angrily. Just wait and see. I won't lose to you next time. Next, I went to visit Ethan. He was folding the blankets neatly. Some habits never change. His obsessive-compulsive tendencies remain. When he saw me, he actually smiled. Susan, you are very smart, he said. You are a great actor. You know, I actually believe you want to be with me. I'm ready to kill Sophia and Logan for you. But you gave me a big surprise. You deserve it, I snapped, glaring at him. His face overlaps with his distorted image. From my past life. The one who tortured me. My anger is getting stronger. He walked towards me with slow and cautious steps. His eyes scanned me from head to toe. If I were not imprisoned here, he whispered, I will pin you down and inject you with something. This will make you feel pure happiness. I can't listen to this anymore, Ethan. You will go to hell. I spat, then turned and ran out. Even if I leave the cell, my breathing is still erratic. I can't get rid of the image of his crazy expression. But at least in this life, I finally escaped from him. That night, Logan came home drunk. The moment he stepped into the bedroom, he stumbled forward. Hit me. We all fell to the ground. You're drunk, I muttered, trying to push him away. I'll make you some sobering tea. But he didn't move. Instead, he began to unbutton his shirt. His sharp eyes locked me with strong possessiveness. I was stunned. At that moment, I realized he wasn't drunk at all. Logan, think carefully about what you are doing. I said, my voice was firm. We are just partners. You can't touch me. He suddenly covered my mouth and whispered in my ear. You are my wife no matter what. I will touch you. I pushed him away. No, I want a divorce. You can't touch me. The room fell silent. Logan's face turned gloomy. He slowly let me go, his expression unreadable. I know, he whispered. I know you're planning to leave me. There's something special about the way he speaks. He sounds frustrated. Susan, you are such a heartless woman, he said. Have you forgotten me? I frowned. What do you mean? His deep black eyes stared at me. Do you remember Chase? His words brought back my childhood memories. I was still in primary school at that time. There is a long-haired boy who always wears a mask. Other children often laughed at him, call him weak and sissy. But I support him, protect him from their ridicule, and took him to the back of the school. You can't be such a coward, I told him. You must learn to protect yourself. He slowly raised his head and took off his mask. Thank you, he whispered. I just want to grow my hair long, so I can donate it to my aunt. She has cancer. That was the first time I saw his face. I was stunned. He was so handsome at that moment. I fell in love with him at first sight. From that day on I stayed with him, guarding him every day. He told me his name was Chase. Later, his aunt died and he moved away. I've been looking for you all these years. Logan continued. His voice is low. Until one day I found that I could hear your thoughts. I didn't realize. You're the one I've been looking for. Because I can only hear your thoughts. He smiled bitterly. I never revealed myself. Because I've been waiting for you to come to me first. I want to see if you still remember me. His voice became softer. Then one day I heard your thoughts. You said once you saved 10 million. You will leave me. His eyes turned red. That's why I've been avoiding you these days. I don't want to face this fact. You originally planned. Leave me alone. I was in complete shock. I never thought such a coincidence would happen. In this world, Logan can also hear people's thoughts. At that moment, I realized he was testing me. So you know I can hear your thoughts. He whispered. You deliberately think these things to prove this, isn't it? I lowered my eyes. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take advantage of you. I'm just afraid of being abandoned again. That's why I think I should save enough money and leave. On my own terms. Do you still want to leave me now? He asked. I shook my head. I wanted to leave before. Because I don't think he loves me. I believe staying with him will never bring me happiness. So I'd better rely on myself. But now I know he's the chaser. He's been waiting for me. So I'll stay. Suddenly I understood why. In my previous life, he strongly rejected Sophia. He knows she's not me. That's why he never touched her. As this idea gradually took shape, I feel the warmth of his lips, gently on my cheek. Stay with me forever, Susan, he whispered. My eyes are filled with tears. Yes, I choked up. Forever. Thank God for giving me a second chance at life. Thank God I didn't miss the one I was supposed to love.